Hi folks, Dane Harden with Western Masters Martial Arts here in Abingdon, Virginia. Each week we're going to try to post some martial skill sets along with some Zen koans, which are some stories that kind of help people to grow and understand things. Tonight we're going to talk about dealing with a haymaker attack. If you look on the FBI website, the haymaker and the frontal choke are two of the most common attacks that you'll see occur out in public where people are attacked. Tonight my assistant is Danny Thompson. Danny is with the jail ministries here locally. Danny goes into local jails and prisons and actually preaches to the prisoners, helps to introduce them to Christ and to Christianity. And we're always glad to have Dan with us, and he just does a really great job and is just a wonderful servant of our community. So we're going to start right off, and I'll explain some of the principles that we're doing. Dan, face each other. So we'll set this up. If we're talking about a haymaker strike, if Dan throws the technique gently and I'm doing the technique gently, that tends to introduce a lot of inaccuracies in the technique. So what we're going to do, we'll do it one time, maybe not full speed. Okay, right, okay, so I have a request to not do it full speed. But we'll do it as harshly as we can without my injuring Dan. So Dan's going to basically start with, I don't care which arm you use, he's going to use a haymaker strike. Boom! When I'm entering that, notice what I did. As he was coming through, I entered and I slipped. I'm here. My elbow struck the inside aspect of his bicep. We would call this a slip or a jam if I were kickboxing. This is part of the kickboxing technique that the Joe Louis fighting system uses. I was a kickboxer with Joe for years, and when he's attacking, I'm sliding in, I'm slipping this way. If you look at that from the camera, I went this way. I moved in, I struck, I've covered the side of my ear, I've covered the front of my throat. I'm inside of his movement. When I get inside of that movement, in Aikido, we would call that Irimi. In boxing, we call that entering. So if Dan and I turn positions so that you can see the follow-up. So again, he goes harshly, boom, 1, 2. So now all of a sudden I've entered from the inside. Let's go slowly so we can see that. We are here. 1, hook punch, uppercut, enter, here, choke. My choke out is coming across and stretching the baroreceptors, and I'm pressing on the carotids here. So the idea is that you okay?
Yeah.
That gets a little harsh on the choke. Is that I'm using a bone. The Japanese call it tegetana. Jiu-jitsu, we may just simply call that a blood choke or a compression choke. But the idea is to combine an Irimi entering technique with a kickboxing skill set, the Benny Briscoe. If he and I were just moving around and he started to throw that haymaker and I interrupted the kick, right? I tend to kick low. I mean, I can kick to the face, kick to the body. I can do those kinds of long-range attacks, but I really prefer this idea. If he's attacking, I want to enter, cross, punch. So the idea is I get inside of his defenses. Everybody got it? That's the lesson for this week. The Benny Briscoe with an Irimi. Dan and I will do it very slowly, one last time. Aikido style. And that's your martial arts lesson for the week. Thanks, guys.